Yeah, these would be very hard with the wiggly lines, Stuart. I try to make the best decision. When we do people, I do the wiggly lines. When we do a band group, wiggly lines don't work. All right, here we go. 20 famous structures in the United States. I think you'll get most of these. This stainless steel structure stands at an impressive 630 feet tall. It was built to symbolize the westward ho expansion in the United States. Its curved shape can be seen reflected in the city's skyline and river. Yes, St. Louis Arch. What else is it called? What else is it called besides the St. Louis Arch that relates a little more to the westward expansion movement? This structure is the tallest arch in the world. What's the other name for it? It is the St. Louis Arch, but that's not really the name of it. It's called something else. Visitors can ride a tram inside the arch to reach an observation deck at the top. The Golden Arch. No, that's our fast food restaurant. This is not the Golden Arch. This is known as the Gateway Arch. That's not familiar at all? Gateway Arch. Built in 1965. There you go. That was number 20. Number 19 is next. This structure was designed to represent a futuristic vision of the 21st century. This is the retrofuturism. It was built for the 1962 World's Fair. Its rotating restaurant provides panoramic views of the surrounding mountains and city. Okay, Ramos, that's really close to the full correct answer, so we're going to count that one for you, but that's not the full answer. I'm getting very picky on these. It's the top portion resembles a flying saucer. Yeah, well, okay. So let's put the two answers together. We put Ramos's answer together with T's answer, and we get the whole answer. It is one of the most recognizable symbols in Seattle. It is the Seattle Space Needle. Very good. You guys have it, obviously. I'm just giving you a hug. The Space Needle was designed to withstand winds of up to 200 miles per hour and earthquakes of up to 9 magnitude, because they do get those up there. So there you go. We're just waiting. We're just waiting on that one. The 9.0 off the coast of Oregon. Next up. This suspension bridge connects two of New York's most iconic boroughs. It features Gothic-style towers made from limestone and granite. It was the first steel wire suspension bridge in the world. What a first. But no! And everybody's going to get it, of course. Pedestrians and cyclists can use its elevated walkway. It spans the East River and links Manhattan to Brooklyn. It is. It is the Brooklyn Bridge. Who knows what year the Brooklyn Bridge was built? Within 10. The bridge was dubbed the 8th wonder of the world when it opened. Did you know that? 8th wonder of the world. Pretty impressive. Anybody? Hey, Deb, what's up? Good to have you in the house, Gregory. We got some new folks. Good to see you guys. We're playing the game. You are correct. It is the Brooklyn Bridge. And yeah, Maddow has the answer. Oh, Deb got it. Deb got it too. Okay. Good job. Here we go. Number 17. This skyscraper was built as a tribute to resilience and renewal. It stands 1,776 feet tall, symbolizing the year of U.S. independence. The structure is nicknamed the Freedom Tower, but that's not its actual name. Freedom Tower is close, Rhombus, and it is called that too. It was constructed on the site of the original Twin Towers. So that's the key clue of the answer I'm looking for, or the robots are looking for. Did you know it was built in 2014? Time flies, man. Time flies. Its observation deck offers a 360-degree view stretching up to 50 miles on clear days. There you go, T. You got it. That's what we were looking for. Freedom Tower is correct. But we were looking for One World Trade Center. Its official name. I'm so difficult on these, aren't I? Whoa. All right, this one's a little more obscure. Let's see if you can get this. This Victorian-style greenhouse is one of the oldest in the United States. It features a stunning glass-paneled structure surrounded by lush gardens. It was inspired by similar botanical conservatories in England. The building survived a devastating earthquake in 1906. There's the key clue there. Anybody know? Anybody know what this is? Pretty famous on this side of the pond. It's located in the heart of the Golden Gate Park. And that is part of the name. Gardenista. I like it. I like it. Gardenista. I guess if you were an architect, you may know this. For those who are not architects, this is the Golden Gate Conservatory of Flowers. The Golden Gate Conservatory of Flowers, San Francisco, California. The conservatory houses rare and exotic plants from tropical regions around the world. All right, well, if that one was hard, this one's easy. This structure, remember we're doing famous structures. This structure was originally created as a real estate advertisement. It's perched on the hills overlooking Los Angeles. The letters once read Hollywood Land before being shortened. Did you know that? Has anybody seen a picture of that? Yeah, you are correct. It is the Hollywood sign. Very good. Has anybody ever seen the picture of it when it said Hollywood Land? Pretty interesting. It symbolizes the entertainment industry and stardom. Its giant white letters spell Hollywood. Are you familiar with the story of the one actress from silent films or just after silent films that actually jumped off the top of one of the letters and was killed? She was despondent for losing a role or something. Yes. Sad story. Forget the actress's name. Maybe somebody knows. Any Hollywood people out there? An actress leaped to her death from the top of the Hollywood sign. True story. Each letter is 45 feet tall. There you go. Next up. This neoclassical memorial is located near the tidal basin. It honors one of the founding fathers of the United States, a frequent appearer on our show. a frequent gas. Its design was inspired by the Roman Pantheon. Hang on to that answer, Deb. Hang on, that might come up. Lincoln is nice, but hang on to that for later too. This is not the Lincoln Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial is square. This is the round one. This is the really nice looking one that's across the river. You have to walk a lot further to this one. Yeah. It's named after the third president of the United States. Who was the third president? Lincoln was like the 16th or 14th, 16th, something. This is the third president. And probably our most frequent guest on our show. There you go. Gregory! Yes, but now, this is the Thomas Jefferson Memorial, Washington, D.C., built in 1943. Cherry trees surround the memorial. Now, you hang on. Somebody was precogging. Who was precogging the answer to this next one? This massive structure harnesses the power of the Colorado River. It's one of the greatest engineering achievements of the 20th century. It provides hydroelectric power to millions of homes. Lake Mead, the reservoir is the largest in the United States. There you go. Now it's the Hoover Dam. Who was precogging that earlier? Somebody had that answer earlier. It's located on the border between Nevada and Arizona. And yes, you are correct. This is the Hoover Dam. Who knows when the Hoover Dam was built? It was part of the Roosevelt program of building stuff. Forget what they called that. Over 21,000 workers were involved in the construction, and it was completed 2 years ahead of schedule. Cranked it out. Sounds like a Trump project. Deb was the psychic. Got it. I think she left. She dropped that answer ahead of time and then left. That's correct. It is the Hoover Dam. All right, next up. This structure is a symbol of American courage and independence. It played a pivotal role during the Texas Revolution. It was originally a Spanish mission before becoming a military site. And 1936 was the year of the Hoover Dam, just to slip that in. The battle that took place here is remembered with the cry, "Remember the Alamo" is correct. Who's got a year on when the Alamo was built? Who can handle that one? The battle that it is located in San Antonio, Texas, in case you didn't know. And the Alamo attracts more than 2.5 million visitors annually. And it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, actually. Very cool. There's no basement. I guess you've been there. Who knows the year? Within 100 years. Let's make it easy. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna remember it. We'll move on. Next up, this colossal sculpture is carved into granite in the Black Hills. It features the faces of 4 U.S. presidents, soon to be 5. That'll drive some of you crazy. The monument represents the birth, growth, development, and preservation of the nation. Yes, it is Mount Rushmore. The year was 1744, if you can believe it. Yeah, you got, so Roberts was kind of close. I think that was within range. This one was pretty easy, right? Who are the four presidents? Who are the four presidents? Anybody know? The title refers to the mountain, of course. And that's actually in Keystone, South Dakota, in case you didn't know that. And I'll even tell you when it was constructed. It was constructed in 1941. But who are the four? Who are the four? Just last names are fine. We won't get too. Anybody know? Last name? Mount Rushmore. All right. Over 400 workers were involved in sculpting the monument, but no lives were lost. That's good news. On to number 10. This building is considered the birthplace of the United States. You are correct, Rhombus. The building is considered, it is hosting the signing of both the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. So this place is where a lot of stuff went down. It features a clock tower and a brick Georgian architecture. It is part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And the name of this building refers to the ideals of freedom and independence debated within its walls. How about that? Who knows what this place is called and where it's located? I'll give you the date. 1753. That predates 1776, obviously. Anybody remember the name of the building or the location? Fun fact, the Liberty Bell was once housed here, and it remains a nearby symbol of American independence. There you go. Obviously, we're having some delays on our satellite transmission. I apologize for that, but that's okay. Independence Hall. Independence Hall, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I think you know this one. This Art Deco skyscraper was once the tallest building in the world. Its design was inspired by the look of the Chrysler buildings. It features a popular observation deck on the 86th floor. Correct. Wow. It was famously scaled by King Kong in 1933 movie. The title reflects the nickname of the New York State. And you are all correct. It is the Empire State Building. We knew it had to come up sometime. Anybody know the year? Empire State Building? The building's lightning rod is struck by lightning an average of 23 times every year. There's a trivia fact that no one needs to know. Yeah, it'd be cool to have King Kong climbing there. 26, that's pretty good. 21, no. 1931, believe it or not. All right. Along the same lines, we're looking at another skyscraper. This skyscraper was the tallest building in the world for over 25 years. Its sky deck features glass boxes that allow visitors to stand over the city. So yeah, you can walk out beyond the regular building envelope, and it's all glass. So you're looking straight down with just glass. Not cool. Not cool at all. It was designed with a bundled tube structure for stability. It remains a defining feature of the Chicago skyline. Chicago skyline. It was originally named after a major retail chain. So, now that is the correct answer for the current name. How about what was the name when they built it? What was the original name of this tower, now known as the Willis Tower. Anybody know what it was originally called? It is Chicago, Illinois, of course. On clear days, you can see up to 4 states from the sky deck: Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Sears Tower is correct. We're on buzz. There you go. We're down to the top 7. This one's kind of fun. This structure is inspired by European fairy tales and castles. The New Schwanstein Castle, as a matter of fact. Do you remember that from a previous show? It's the centerpiece of the Magic Kingdom theme park. Fireworks shows often take place around it every evening. It is surrounded by a moat and beautiful gardens. Correct. Do you remember what the castle is called? This one's the one I'm going to give you a clue. This one's the one at Walt Disney World in Florida. So what's that one called? Which is different than the one in Anaheim, California, the original Disneyland. This one is in Florida. Walt Disney's Castle, and it's also called the Blank Castle. It's a character. One of the princess types. Although she really wasn't a princess, I don't think. From the castle features hidden details called Easter eggs, including nods to Walt Disney himself. There you go, Madao. You got the answer I was looking for. Cinderella Castle. It's correct. Number 6. I think you'll know this one. This 5-sided building is one of the largest office spaces in the world. It serves as the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense. Correct. I don't know if it's good if the Russian name knows the answer to that. You are correct. Its construction began shortly after the attack on Pearl Harbor. The building is designed to allow for efficient movement between its 5 rings. Got to move those papers more quickly. Its name reflects its unique geometric shape. Yeah, by now we all know this is the Pentagon. This is actually located slightly off of the center of DC, so it's actually in Arlington, Virginia, and it was built in 1943. The Pentagon has over 17 miles of corridors, but is designed so any point can be reached in under 10 minutes. That still seems like a long time. You could get your walking in, right? To the Pentagon. Although you probably are not allowed to go from department to department. Probably not. All right, well, you guys all were trying to get this answer earlier. This structure honors the 16th President of the United States. This is the one you were looking for. The memorial is designed in the style of a Greek temple. Its walls display inscriptions of Lincoln's Gettysburg Address and his second inaugural address. And it's located at the western end of the National Mall. Yes, you are correct. It's Lincoln Memorial. And the mall's pretty cool. It has a big pond that goes towards that. So it's very dramatic when you walk towards the Lincoln Memorial from, let's say, the Washington Memorial is kind of in the middle of everything. And then you can walk down to the Lincoln Memorial. And it's kind of the terminus on the axis. It's very cool. Very cool over there. Very cool. The Lincoln Memorial was the site of Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous I Have a Dream speech. And they do lots of protests. I mean, there's a protest there every day. Cool. Yeah, A lot of the stuff in DC is great to see at least once. Hopefully, with the new setup in Washington, people will be encouraged to go there more. It won't be such a closed city as it has been. So we'll see. Next up, speaking of Washington, D.C., this neoclassical mansion is the residence of every U.S. president since John Adams. It is also the workplace of the president. It houses the Oval Office. The building was set on fire during the War of 1812, but was later rebuilt. That was mean to set it on fire. It features a large north and south lawn and a rose garden. Its name reflects its district. White painted sandstone facade. Oh, it's distinct white painted sandstone facade. And yes, you all know it is the White House. White House. 1800 was the year it was built. Washington, D.C. The White House has... How many rooms are in the White House? I'm going to ask you guys. How many rooms? It does include a bowling alley and a movie theater. But how many rooms? I guess we count each office as a room. Yeah, you guys could be the 51st state. No big deal. 132 rooms. Recognize this place yet? This suspension bridge spans the Golden Gate Strait. Its distinctive international orange color makes it stand out in photographs. The bridge connects San Francisco to Marin County. It was once the longest suspension bridge in the world. The title reflects its location near the gateway to the Pacific. Correct, the Golden Gate Bridge. Very pretty. When I lived up in Sonoma, which is not far from Marin County where this connects, we used to have to go into the city quite often. And so we get to drive across the Golden Gate Bridge quite often. Fun drive, always entertaining to go across there, especially when there's fog rolling in over the hills. There's fog. It's pretty cool. I left my heart in San Francisco. Anyway, yes, the Golden Gate Bridge. Did you know that when they finish painting it each year, they have to start painting it again? So they just start again. Continuous circle. Ocean's hard-on paint. Ocean's hard-on paint. Down to the top two. This colossal statue was a gift from France to the United States. It symbolizes freedom, democracy, and friendship between the nations. The statue's full name is Liberty Enlightening the World. Did you know that? The full name is Liberty Enlightening the World. It features a torch, a crown, and 7 rays, and a tablet with the date of the Declaration of Independence. Cool. Yes, everybody's got it. This is pretty easy. That's okay. We got to have a little easy round once in a while, right? Got to have an easy round now and again. It is located on Liberty Island in New York Harbor. The statue's copper exterior originally appeared brown, has since oxidized to its famous green color. So there you go. Originally, it was, I guess, copper, right? So it was brown. Now it's green. I don't think I would have liked it as brown. The Statue of Liberty, 1886. There you go. All right. We're down to the top famous landmark structure in the United States. This neoclassical building is home to the U.S. Congress. It features a massive dome topped by the Statue of Freedom on top, up on the very top. The building is the centerpiece of the National Mall. Its chambers are where laws are debated and passed. The title reflects its role as the legislative heart of the nation. What do we call it? The United States blank. The United States The dome we see today replaced an earlier, smaller dome during the 1850s to accommodate expansion. We've added on with a bigger dome. Well, this is the United States Capitol. That's what they call this. The United States Capitol, Washington, D.C. Yeah, okay, but so I think the internet's kind of slow tonight. Anyway, you guys did pretty well at that, though. Anyway, even though the internet's a little slow tonight, you did good. Well, that concludes our regular review programming.